ASMR channel. I am Duppa Puppa J, and today I am actually doing another part 2 for you guys. Just kind of going through the analytics and the comment feedback and the likes and just kind of gauging what you guys like, and you guys really seem to like me showing off my vinyl collection the first time around, as well as the dad jokes. So as long as you guys keep on liking the videos and keep viewing them, I am gonna keep on pumping them out. If you have not already and you're new here, please subscribe, like, or thumbs up the video if you're liking my content, especially this video, this part 2. This is a special one for me because a lot of the ones I'm going to show you today are actually my absolute favorite of these individual artists. Of course, there's some of my favorites, right? Else I wouldn't have them on vinyl, right? So this time around, while I'm showing you my vinyl collection, I'm also going to be chewing on some gum. This is Trident Pineapple Twist, like a pina colada. I'm really excited for this, and excited to show you more of my vinyl collection. So we are going to open this here. You want a piece? I don't really share with you guys often, but here, take one. Got it. Okay. Don't take them all. Don't take. Hey, save me some. It's over here. Oh, that's nice. Still has like a cooling mint effect at the end too. It's really nice. Pineapple. Besides the whole melon family, pineapple's up there as one of my favorite fruits. But anyway, you're not here to hear me ramble about my love of pineapple. You are here to look at my vinyl collection. So let's get that started. So the first one that I'm going to be showing off tonight is Funhouse by Pink. Now, as I told you before, a lot of the ones I'm showing you tonight are my favorites by these artists. Funhouse is definitely my favorite Pink album. I shouldn't say definitely because they all are amazing. Pink is definitely one of those artists that I would love to see live one day. A few years ago, I started watching a lot of her live videos on YouTube, and I really took notice of how amazing of a singer she is. She really doesn't get the flowers she deserves. And of course, I stumbled upon the infamous performance she did at the one award show where she was doing Glitter in the Air, which is a song from the Funhouse album. And she performed this while hanging upside down and also suspended and spinning. The fact that she was able to do that and still perform is just amazing. But this album was actually her follow-up to I'm Not Dead. This was her 5th studio album. It had So What on it. Sober. It had Please Don't Leave Me. I love the video for Please Don't Leave Me. It had Misery vibes going. I love that movie. It has Funhouse, of course, the title track. Glitter in the Air, as we have already mentioned. And one of my personal favorites, actually, is One Foot Wrong. It sounds kind of experimental. This album, though, from start to finish, it probably is my favorite Pink album. I also, if I had to choose my top 3, it would probably be this album. Misunderstood, of course. I love her second album, Misunderstood. And also, Beautiful Trauma was really good too. And that was another one that she released pretty recently. It was pressed on translucent yellow. I love the color to this. I love color vinyls in general. But I love the packaging of this. Seriously. Packaging wise, it's one of my favorites so far that I've collected. She has really carved out a niche for herself. She did her first album, which was R&B influenced. You know how I feel about that. I love me some R&B music. But then she really just, as we all know, came into her own for that Misunderstood album. Yeah, I would really love to see Pink live, though. She's done so many different genres of music, and she has just really honed her craft amazingly. Next up, we're going to go a little bit more obscure here. This is actually the second album, but also my favorite from Don Richard, which was a member of Danity Kane. This was pressed and sold exclusively through her own website independently. And as you see, it is a picture disc. Really cool album cover. If I had to guess, this cover was inspired by everyone claiming that she had a new face. Like she pulled a little Kim or something. Because she does look quite different than her Danity Kane days. That's what people say anyway. But she's my favorite from Danity Kane. I love her music. When she first went solo, it was more R&B, hip-hop. But starting with this album here, she really started taking us on an electronic dance ride. This album is called Black Heart. Kind of dove a little deeper into just everything on this album. She even has a few songs on here about the demise of Danity Kane, and that also continues with her third album, Redemption. But yeah, love me some Don Richard. So, when I did my part 1, the last vinyl that I had purchased that I was telling you guys about was Spice Girls Forever. But now the last one that I purchased, I actually purchased this one yesterday, and that is the 15th anniversary edition, first time on vinyl, The Reason by Hoopa Stank. Again, this is my favorite album by Hoopa Stank. Who doesn't like The Reason? The Reason played when MTV was still playing music videos. Which I'm really showing my age there, but before Teen Mom and all that stuff. Includes bonus track, The Reason acoustic and rare photos. I have not opened store. I paid 20 for it. Copies of this are going on Amazon for like 50. Love this back cover. I was watching a live video of these guys on YouTube the other day. They were actually performing the song The Reason. They do not look like this anymore. Then again, who does? All these years later, but still. I just thought it was a funny observation. So my favorite song on this album is Out of Control, which was a single. But I love the screaming. I loved his screaming, and I also loved Chester Bennington's from Linkin Park. I loved when they scream. I'm not really into the whole scream metal type music, but something special about Linkin Park and Hoobastank in particular. They're my favorite rock bands. But yeah, same direction. Of course, The Reason, as I mentioned, Unaffected, Disappear. I have actually not listened to The Reason acoustic, and I have not even opened this yet. It's new and sealed. Just got it yesterday, like I said, so I haven't been able to see the photography inside. But I'm so excited to play this probably in the next few days. All my Hoobastank fans and Pink fans too, I want to know what your favorite album is. What your favorite song is, if you remember this throwback CD right here, The Reason by Hoobastank. What is your favorite song? Going back into R&B territory here, this is literally my favorite album ever. There's a few that come close to it, but I'm sorry guys, this is my favorite album. Kaleidoscope by Khalees. Seriously, for those of you who know me, you're not really surprised that Khalees, an album by Khalees, is my favorite, but Kaleidoscope, the whole thing was written and produced by her and Pharrell Williams of NERD. And this is the 20th anniversary reissue featuring remix tracks. The whole side D is remix tracks, actually, pressed on orange vinyl. And this is another one that I have not opened yet. But once I do, I will probably do another video just opening this and showing you the artwork inside, because I am so excited about this and seeing that orange vinyl and just listening to my favorite album. I actually had thought of getting the original pressing on vinyl for this, but it was like $250. And the person selling it for $250 on vinyl, it was kind of scratched up a little bit, and you could see obvious ring wear as well, where it had just been sitting on a shelf laying flat for ages. So the reason I love this album so much, though, is because first and foremost, I think Khalees has a really unique voice. I love it. But on this album, it was at her clearest and at her most purest. And her and Pharrell really did their thing on this album. She tackled like pretty much every genre of music you can imagine on this album. R&B, hip-hop, rock, jazz. Not too much gospel on this one, but a little dance, actually. My favorite singles. Besides that, Game Show is actually my favorite song on this album and my favorite Kalia song of all time. I love how goofy she is at the beginning, throwing her voice to where it's two people talking. She does that again on Junkie on Winterland. As you can tell, I am a Khalees junkie. I also love the concept of the song, basically talking about how she's watching a game show, a love game show, and it made her think about marriage and dating, and she wasn't really ready for it, but her partner was. Suspended is another favorite of mine. Mars, Ghetto Children, the beat on Ghetto Children is phenomenal. I Want Your Love, No Turning Back, Roller Rink, In the Morning, Wouldn't You Agree? Did you see what I just did there? I really named off the whole track listing. This album is dope. So, last video that I did with my vinyl collection, I showed off one of the ones that I received from the VNYL subscription service. Again, I will drop that link in the description box, as well as the link to part 1 of my vinyl collection in the description box too. If you haven't already seen it, please go check both those out. But VNYL basically is a subscription service that basically sends you vinyls based on what you tell them that you like. You link your account to Spotify, and from there they go through and see what you would like. You're not gonna get the artists that you asked for, though. You're gonna get artists that I think you're gonna like based on what you put. So this one is Lauren Elise. This is personal. I still have not opened this yet. But as I have said before, I actually did listen to these on Spotify. And just by default, this is probably my favorite one. I wasn't too big of a fan of the Memory Den CD. It took me so long to remember that. This is Personal by Lauren Elise. By default, though, this is my favorite. It's a straight shooting R&B album. There's some really good tracks on it. She gets a little rock and roll on a few songs toward the beginning, and then more sensual towards the end. All in all, a very good voice. Really good voice, really underrated. As I said in my VNYL video, she really doesn't have that many monthly listeners on Spotify, so she's, I think, really just either starting out or really just not known. But she is talented, and she does deserve to be known. She looks a little like India Reed to me on this cover. But yeah, I have not opened it, like I said, but it does come on, I believe, a maroon vinyl. Actually, you know what? I do usually like to keep stickers, but sometimes I can get them off, sometimes I can't. This one, it just isn't happening for me. So I will count my losses on the sticker. But I did just open this for you guys, so we will look at what this record looks like. Nothing too fancy with the do like. So the last one I'm going to show you tonight this one's going to be a little controversial. I already know. Because again, these are my favorite albums by these artists. I'm going to just go ahead and throw it up here. Go ahead, at me, fight me. I do love Songs in A Minor by Alicia Keys and Diary of Alicia Keys. They're amongst her best. But there is something about Alicia, and I know this is a very unpopular opinion because I have read reviews before about this album, and people trash it. But to me, it's a great follow-up to Here. I was not a fan of Here at all. This album to me was a good follow-up to Element of Freedom. Because I also wasn't really a huge fan of Girl on Fire either. But this one really fuses everything that she's known for, in my opinion. You have the pop ballads, you have some of the grungy side of her, if you even want to call it that she was trying to go for on Here. Piano, beautiful piano ballad, called The Perfect Way to Die, very sad song too. She still has her little dance pop going on. You know, new school Alicia is just kind of all over the place musically. And a lot of people don't really like that, but I appreciate that. And in my opinion, this was her best album where she actually did that. Now I have listened to the latest album, Keys. Nah, not really for me. It's usually either hit or miss for me with her, but this being her second to last album and being my favorite, that really says something. That really says that Alicia can still pump out the hits and pump out the good music. I played this a few times. It sounds amazing on vinyl. Authors of Forever, Wasted Energy, and Me, Me, Me. Well, Me Times 7 is actually what the song's called, are my favorite. She also has a song with Jill Scott on here. And also a song with Khalid called So Time. If you are ever feeling down, listen to Good Job. It's very inspirational. I love the song Good Job. It's a great album closer. So yeah, wrapping this installment of the vinyl collection up with Alicia by Alicia Keys. Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. Let me open this water and take a little sip since I haven't all video. That was a rather large sip considering I had a really long day today at work. You know, the heat out in Florida right now is crazy, even more so than usual. So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Showing you my vinyl tapping sounds for you guys and chewing this amazing gum. Try this if you haven't already, it's so good. And I can actually see how this would legit freshen your breath. So once again guys, if you liked the video, thumbs it up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Share my content with your friends. What are you waiting for? Huh? What are you waiting for? Share for love you from I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you like I Know What You Did Last Summer, like the video and subscribe. But no guys, please tell me your thoughts in the comment section below of the albums that I showed you today. Have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever it is, whenever you're watching this video. Peace guys, love you.